Hello guys, this is Uber Zero here, bringing you another episode, as you can say, of Road to the YCS Long Beach. Today we're going to be talking about techs for the YCS, for side deck, maybe even for main decks. I have here 7 cards I picked. Nothing really. I just thought this cards were a little special in their own way, and especially with the upcoming event coming up, with the format has, I think for one of the first time, it's going to be so many decks. The variety is overwhelming, and we just need to, try to hit as many as those decks as we can. Other than the, obvious side deck cards, talking about like Shadow Mirrors, Nominators, Cyber Dragons, and then depending on the deck that you're playing, some people can side D Fisher, some people can side in Fiends. If they're playing Dark World, they can side certain cards. Yeah, all that stuff. But enough of that. So starting with first cards I have here, Jurak Weva. Jurak Weva is a card that's primarily used in the Dino Rabbit deck. This engine can easily fit into any deck that can. It's not like I don't want to say commit their extra deck to their main synergy. For example, Wind Up, for example, have to run 3 Sun Mighties and like a bunch of level 3s, rank 3s, and then the 5s, and maybe one Utopia. So I think the Weva itself, 3 Wevas and a Velo, I would say. Jurak Velo is a tomato that can, if it gets destroyed while in attack mode, can grab this guy. I think that this little Jurak engine works as well as the Flammable engine back in the day, but I know back then we had Rekindling, and we used to go Fire Dog, Magician, make a level Lace, Synchro. With this guy's, I think it can be a side deck for a matchup like good against wind-ups, good against Insectors. You just stop their play, you let them one guy in the field, you swing with this, you make a Dock or a Login, and you gain control on the board. So I think Jurak Weva is a really good side deck card. It can be a side deck, it can be a main deck, so you guys should think of that. Watch out, if you see a Weva, let's say you're playing wind-ups and you're playing Insectors, and you go in game 2, and you go set Sengen, set MST, pass turn. They're playing wind-ups, they're probably not gonna completely kill me this turn, and they summon this thing, and now, before you know it, now you're dealing with a Lagia next turn. So, really good card to think about. Alright, next card. What is this? Marshmallow. Another stall card, primarily good for the Rapid matchup. I know it's not as good a Reaper, but the extra 1,000 can really come in handy for games that are getting close to time. It's a level 3, which allows you to exceed. I think this card is really funny. I think it can make an impact in like late game and stuff. So it's a really good thing. It's good against Sam, it's good against the hero deck. Anything that doesn't put up skill drain right away, it's a good stall card. This card is one of my favorites. Nine Assailant. Unfortunately, this card's a 1. If it was a 2, there'd be too many loops with it. To some of you guys know, this is a Turgai target. He's a Fiend. He can be brought up with Turgai. The fact is, if it's discarded, you're able to grab a flip effect monster from your graveyard and add it back to your hand. So this card serves as multiple uses. You can either grab it off Turgai, or if you draw it, you can just set it and use it as a Snowman Eater, pop a monster. So this is a really good card to side deck if you main deck in like Turgais and you want to have an extra target to grab the Turgai. Let's say you open with Sang and you don't want to go Turgai. Game 2 can come in really handy, especially if you're playing Insectors with wind-ups. Insectors with Turgais. This will come really handy to you against a rapid matchup. Next card we have non-fusion area. This card is primarily for what's it called? Heroes. They're getting mass hero acid, which is the herpes vat. It's basically absolute zero, but for spell and traps. But when he comes out, because they can go mass change any water monster and bring out acid and blow your back rows. So I think this is a really good card against the hero deck because they can play Miracle and you can chain this and fizzle out the Miracle Fusion. Also, you can respond with it, like they drop a Cyber Dragon, you have like a machine or something like a Sand Mains for them, flip this, they can't counter fusion. So we really need to start concerning about fusion because hero are getting just their support. I think the Dark Hero is coming out in August, which will change the game, make it super poly, really broken. And heroes will have literally super poly every attribute. So a really good card to think about. Excited. Next card, Kaiser Coliseum. I like this card for Rabbit, Rescue Rabbit, because it basically doesn't allow your opponent to have more monsters than you. So if you're already controlling a Lagia or a Doka on the field, your opponent is not able to, put 2 guys on board, which will allow them to exceed over your guy. So your opponent can go Turgai. Like, if you have a Lagia, your opponent, his Turgai's dead, all he can do is 1 monster at a time, and then you can slowly push your opponent. Let's see what it says. They can only control. Yep. It basically gives you control in the field. So, really good side deck for Rabbit. George Orlando told me about this card a long time ago when Rabbit first came out. And I took it in high consideration. It's a really good card for Rabbit primarily. I think Dark World inside this card too. Because they're pushing Graph and your opponent have nothing to push against you. All they can really do is set because it's not really a monster that you can just drop against them. And also, like, if they drop like a Malefic Cyber and you can't put 2 guys on the board, you really can't get over it. So, a really good card. Another cool tech, Kokimeru Doom. Basically, it negates the effect of dark monsters. Dark and light, actually. Dark and light monsters. So, this card is a really good card against Insectors. But the throwback is you have to reveal a fiend to keep him alive. So I can see this card only being side deck option for really what's it called, Dark Worlds. The other scenario is this card is also a Turgai target. He is a fiend. He's a rank level 3. He's 1700, which is pretty big. It's bigger than most of the Insectors. He can be good against Dark Worlds himself. From Mirror Match, for example, would be good. If you already have your Graph Flow and you can control the board with this. And if he plays Gates, he becomes 2000. So, really good card. I really like him. I think I'm gonna try to do it. I mean, the only scenario that I can see myself on is if I was trying to Birdman and I go Turgai, grab him, activate Birdman back to my hand, put the Turgai in the field, and then now it's in my hand. I can keep it till I need it, until I don't know the fiend or like a Sangan or something. But I really like this card. Yep, Kokimeru Doom, good against Sectors. And finally, but not last, Papa Plan. I think Gravekeepers are going to try to make a comeback in this format because a lot of decks revolve around the graveyard, except for Rabbit actually. Because Windups and Insectors both revolve about either getting the Hornet or having the Rat be able to recover the Hunter, recover the monster from the graveyard to keep pushing. Also for the Hero B deck, this is an excellent card to take their Blade Ninja and swing with it, or take their Zero, take any other fusion monster. Also, it's really good to grab your opponent's Utopia, and yes, Utopia Ray without using mind control, because your opponent can't really stop this unless it debunks it. So, Puppet Plan, I think I might throw it in there, because Utopia seems to be always on the board, and it's a second target, so I can always search for it. So, we'll see what happens. So, yeah, there's just some ideas, guys, of cards that we can consider for this upcoming event. I know there can be a lot more. There can be better ones. So I mean, guys, thumbs up this video. Leave me comments below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. The tags for this weekend are gonna be. So until next episode, if I do post one, hopefully before. I'll be here. Till then, I'm leaving on Thursday, so maybe I'll make a video before I leave. So until then, overseer out.